Unapologetic.
Me also, it was seeing myself the way God sees me. That was the reason why I was claiming introvert. So I didn't see myself.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
scared to fail.
Mm.
It took me a while, but when I finally did, it just soared.
Yeah.
And we're back.
The moment when you feel as though you no longer need to hide is the moment when you can step forward and live in your truth.
Unapologetic living.
Waking up with stars in our eyes. We see the world through new sunrise. Don't hold back. Let your true self show. Celebrate. You've got nothing to lose. Shine your light. Girl, make your move. Make your move. Let the world know. Don't hold back. Let your true self show. Celebrate. You got nothing to lose. Shine your light. Girl, make your move.
Welcome back to day 2 of the Stop Playing Small Summit. I am your host, Tameka Chapman, and thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you engage with us this evening. This is day 2 of the Stop Playing Small Summit, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you for joining us, Carlika. Yes, absolutely, Carlika's in the building. So listen, tonight, I am here to kick us off with just a good message, all right? A good message on breaking free from negative circles, as well as taking those bold steps forward. As I told y'all last night, listen, if you didn't tune in last night, go back and watch it. But this is probably the most transparent I'll ever be on social media, right? Because again, I recognize that when we are wanting people to make a change, when we're wanting them to shift their mindset, when we're wanting them to take their bold steps, whatever that step is, we also have to be the example. A lot of times people don't move forward because they don't have that example. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know what it feels like. They don't know what it's going to be like, or will I make it to the other side of this, right? So I'm going to be sharing just a message on breaking free from negative circles and some good insights on that thing, okay? So I've lived some years on this earth. I've lived some years. And with that, I've been in a number of circles. Some of them were good, some of them not so good, okay? Being very honest. And I think along the way, it was all about me finding a way. How do I fit in? How do I fit into this circle? How do I, where do I sit at the table? Okay. Who's going to be my friend? Who's going to understand Tameka? Who's going to want to have a conversation with Tameka? And who's not going to judge Tameka for every little thing that she may not get right the first or second or third time? And so it took me a moment to understand that I didn't need to be in all the circles that I thought I could have fit in or should be in. I don't need to be in those circles. I had to take a step back and assess who were in those circles, what was the culture of those circles, and did that culture nourish me? Did it take away from me? Did it feed me? Or did it steal all of my joy and energy? Okay. So I had to really just assess myself and what it is that I wanted in life. Who is it that I wanted to be? And if the circles that I was in, did they help build that up? Would they help build that up? And I really and truly, I can tell you no. Okay. I've been in a lot of circles. Which is why I'm not there. Okay. I'm not there anymore. Those circles were not going to really help me to become the woman that I needed to be. Yes, every person has a season, everything has a season, every moment in life has a reason that it's happening. But My goal tonight, my goal with this Stop Playing Small Summit is to one, be transparent, one, be authentic, one, give you an option to understand that you don't have to stay where you are. If it's not serving you, if it's not helping you to grow, if it's not nourishing your soul, your mind, your body, and your energy and soul, you don't need to be there. You don't need to stay there. And it's time for you to break free. Last night was all about break free. Night two is all about breaking free. Okay, what are we breaking free of tonight? We're breaking free of the negative circles that we're in. And sometimes that negative circle is your mindset. Within this circle right here, okay? We have to break free from the negative self-talk like we talked about last night. We have to break free from how are we speaking to ourselves? What are we saying to ourselves? How are we living? Why are we accepting the things that we're saying? Right? If it's not feeding you, if it's not a positive word, you should not be speaking it into your life. So buckle up, get ready, because tonight, night two of the Stop Playing Small Summit, I am joined by Ivori Claire. And tonight we are going to be talking about breaking free from those negative circles. We're also going to be talking about some of these negative beliefs that still keep us stuck and stagnant. We're going to talk about that a bit more. But we're also going to talk about building that successful support system that's going to help us succeed and going to feed us success. So again, thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be absolutely an amazing conversation. Make sure that you make sure that you share this broadcast with others so that they can tune into the conversation and be a part of what we're doing. Being a part of the mindset shift, right, Ivori? Hold on, Ivori, you on mute. Being a part of the mindset shift. Welcome, Ivori. Welcome. How are you?
Hey, thank you for inviting me. I'm just delighted to be a part of this. Stop playing it small.
Absolutely.
Just stop playing itself. Stop playing it small. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good because again, you are a very transparent person. I love, the conversations that we've had. And I ain't trying to ask you to put all your business out there in these social media streets, right? um, but I like I said last night, I know that if the goal is to help people experience a mindset shift, experience a different way of doing things, a lot of times it takes us to be transparent enough that allows them to see our growth, to see the things and to hear about the things that we've gone through and overcome so that they have a reference point. Well, she went through it and she's smiling. She went through it and she's successful. She went through it and she's still persevering and making her way through. So that's what the Stop Playing Something is all about. It's to tell y'all stop playing small. Okay. Listen, if y'all didn't tune in to the DNC night two with my forever first lady, Michelle Obama, okay, she gave a really good speech. And in that speech, she spoke the words, stop playing small. Is all I'm gonna say. So this is all the way to the top, okay? Stop playing small. Ivori, please introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are before we get started in this good conversation, because this is good chat right here. So introduce yourself.
Well, I am Ivori Claire. Tameka, I struggle. I struggle with this. Being transparent also, but I struggle with this. I struggle with telling people, just who I am. I don't know why I struggle with this. I don't know why I struggle with this all the time, but I am Ivori Claire. I am 27 years military retiree, and I struggle with playing it small, to be honest. I struggle with just stepping out on my own faith sometimes until I just had to just trust in myself. I just had to trust in myself, like, girl, you got this. You got this.
Right.
And I was always the one just encouraging everybody else. Like, you got it, you got it, you got it, until I had to speak to myself. Like, you always encourage everybody else. You always speak life to everybody else. Why don't you speak that same life to yourself? Right. You start playing the small. You start playing the small. And I know I'm going all the way around.
No, do it. I love it.
Who I am, but people are always, and I be like, Tameka, Tameka, you tell the people who I am. You tell the people what you see in me, because I always struggle with this. I struggle with this,
You know, and
It's
I,
hard
I
to
would
do that.
I would tell you this. I think we all have had that moment of, okay, you want me to introduce myself? Okay, well, let me see. Right? And last night Gregory said something. He says we should be proud to brag on ourselves. It shouldn't be an issue for us to brag on ourselves about the things that we've accomplished. Now, it's not about being boastful and cocky. It's about speaking to the experiences that you've had, and things that you've done to become who you are. And I'm just like, I like that. I like that. That's a different way of seeing it, because at a long time, I didn't want to introduce myself. I write out the bio. Okay, you do that. Okay, you say it. I didn't want to say it. It took a long time for me to get to the point of being okay with
Right.
speaking on who I am and what it is that I do, and how I help others. It took a minute for me to get comfortable with that, but once I got comfortable, okay, I can introduce myself all day long. So, get comfortable, Ivory.
Right.
Get comfortable.
Because
Um,
when I introduce myself and then I say, like some people don't know I'm an author. They be like, "What? You an author?" Like, yeah, stop.
what? You an author?
See, they be like, "What? You an author?" And they like, So there's a lot of things that people don't know about me. And then when I speak to people, like, you could do that too. You're like, well, how you know about that? You
Right.
have done it. Like, you have no idea about. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And that's a part of playing small. We play ourselves small when we don't introduce ourselves the right way, because it you're not giving people an opportunity to really get to know you, right? You're not giving them an opportunity to experience the full version of who you are as a human being, who you are as a woman. And yes, you have done some amazing things in life, okay? But we won't know that. We won't know that if you don't let us know, right? I can say with everything that I see within you. That's just me projecting. I would say me projecting, because I can't say what you're gonna do. I can only tell you what it is that I know about you. But for any of y'all who's struggling with introducing yourselves, this is a challenge for you. Get that mirror out and start speaking life into you. Speak life into yourself. Speak about the things that you have accomplished and be proud of those things. And that way, when you begin to speak out and network and meet other people, you can boldly say, oh, this is who I am, very quickly, and run it off the lip. All right. So thank you for joining me. But thank you for joining me tonight for night 2 of the Stop Playing Small Summit. And I know this is going to be a really, really good conversation here. Tonight, we're going to be talking about some limiting beliefs. And the first limiting belief that I want to hop into is, I don't have the right connections. A lot of people are not moving forward because they believe that they have to have this person, this person, this person, and that person in order to make something happen, not realizing that the people who are already in your corner, that's all you need. As long as you're in the right circle. We talked about those circles last night. It's okay to be in a circle. It just needs to be the right circle, right? So when we talk about the limiting belief of I don't have the right connections, that's really believing that your success is tied and only tied to you having a strong network. So a lot of times that comes with procrastination, because if I don't have this, then I can't move forward. I can't move forward until I have this whole network set up for myself. So again, we want to get you out the mindset and shifting your mindset of this limiting belief. So we're going to talk about it a little bit more in detail, because I have a lot that I can say about that, and I know Ivory do too. But some of the signs or some of the things that I've noticed, that when people are afraid to move forward because they feel like I'm not connected enough. I need to be connected to such and such person in order to be recognized, or in order to take this next step, is they take no steps at all. they begin to feel isolated as well, because now I'm not going to network and communicate and be in a circle with anybody because you may not be the right person, right? Ivor, have you ever had any times in your life when you needed to, when you felt like, okay, if I could just be connected to this person, things will work out?
Yeah, so you like you get so overwhelmed with the steps. You get so overwhelmed just being, if I was connected to this person, but you never know who that person is connected to. You know, if you have everything in your mind and you're making no actions and you're making no steps, you're just standing still, because just one step, or or you're just saying one thing like, hey, I want to do such and such. That person may say, well, my cousin, or I know somebody who can point you in that right direction. And that there is movement. But if you don't say anything, or you're keeping it to yourself, you're making no progress at all. No progress at all. I know I had a home care agency. And I remember one of my girlfriends, I knew nothing about it, nothing. All she told me was find a building. That's all she told me, was find a building. And when she told me find a building, I had a whole agency just by, she said, find a building. That's all she told me. So I didn't know what building, I didn't know what to look for, but she just told me to find a building. That's all she told me. So, you never know, who's connected to what, or anything. But if you don't make any steps, you can get overwhelmed or just not go anywhere. So you don't have to have a lot of people, because a lot of people still is no progress if you don't have the right connections.
Exactly. Mr. Dane say, from your mouth to God's ears, you got to put it in the universe for things to happen. Absolutely. And Carlika said, get in the right circle and stop clout chasing. Okay. Because that is definitely what leads to that isolation. That's what leads to, I don't want to network with anybody and everybody, because it got to be the right person and well, you won't know who they are, and you won't know that right person unless you begin to speak up. But really and truly, we shift this and say, the current circle that you have, you need to assess who's in your circle, because as you said, you never know who is connected and can assist you with taking that next step forward if you don't open your mouth and say something. So if you're comfortable in the circle that you're in, first of all, wrong circle. You need to be uncomfortable, because your circle should be pushing you.
Right.
Your circle should be pushing you to do greater, to deliver greater, to serve in your excellence, to do all the things and more that you want to do, that you have, the vision that you have for your life. They should be supportive of that, but not just supporting you, also encouraging you to continue to do more. So when we're talking about these circles, Ivory, okay, we're talking about these circles. I have a very small circle, okay? I have a very, very small circle, and I don't have it open to too many people, just because you never know what people's intentions are. And I've learned that along the way, that because of the other circles that I've been in along the, in my life, not everybody means good for you or means good to you. And a lot of people will just use you up until you have nothing else to give. And then they're on to the next person to get the next part that they think that they need. Right. Has it ever been a point where you didn't want to be in a circle because of chaos or nonsense that was happening within the circles as you saw them?
So now in this year, in this version of me, of myself, I have learned that everybody can't go with you.
Right.
And I understand it now. Now I understand it. Before, I wanted everybody to go with me. And it didn't matter who it was. I wanted to everybody.
Exactly.
And I didn't understand why I couldn't help everybody. And it was holding me back. And I wasn't elevating the way that I should have. But now I understand everybody can't go with me, and it's okay that everybody. That doesn't mean that I love them any less,
Right.
and I love other people more. It doesn't mean that. It means that I love myself more, and
Right.
and I can just love them from a distance. So
Exactly.
so that's it is what it is.
I love that. And that was me as well. That was me as well. But before I say that, Gregory just put a note here. You know, I'm always going to refer back to Gregory. Okay. He says your circle will either give you weights or give you wings. Make sure you fly higher because of your connections. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. You know, I was in that same boat, wanting everybody to win, wanting everybody to succeed, wanting to push everybody that I came across. Like, you want to do this? Okay, let's do it. You want to do this? Okay, let's do it. You got it. You got it. Okay, what you need me to help you with? Like, I am a natural helper and I love to help. But I realized a long time ago that that help was at a detriment to my own life, my own sanity, my own sleep and peace of mind. Right? I didn't have any peace because I was constantly giving a piece of me away to somebody else who really they didn't value the piece of me that I gave them. And so I had to learn how to only think about myself first of all, and how to love me, but also I had to use my discernment. Who
Yeah.
should I be giving my energy to? And how much energy should I be giving to them? And what should they be doing, in
Yes.
response to that I'm giving it to, right? And I love this, Carly says, we're not assigned to help everybody. It was, I think, what was it? Somebody said the other night, or maybe it was a video that I watched. It was saying attractions versus assignment, right?
Mhm.
You don't have to help everybody that's attracted to you, right? But those that are assigned to you, that's where your focus and how you're helping should come into full fruition. I was just like, okay, I like that. Attraction versus attraction. I'm sorry, assignment, not attraction. I like that. So that's really about having the right connections, being in the right circle. Who's in my circle? Are you helping me grow, or are you keeping me stagnant? Are you helping me grow, or are you costing me peace, right?
Right.
I think that goes along with the next limiting belief of I can't succeed without approval, because
Mhm.
a lot of times we look within those that are around us to approve our moves before we make the move. um,
That validation. I mean, it's that
right.
humans. We want that acceptance, we want that validation. We want to make sure that we're on the right track,
Right.
before we make our next move. I know when I remember, like, when I was younger and I first moved out the house, and I used to call my mom before any decision I used to make. I'd be like, "Mom, am I going, should I do this?" And if she was like, if she didn't say a absolutely yes, I wouldn't do it. We want that approval, to make sure that, we're on the right track. But
Right.
right now, as long as God said yes, if Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
You better come on, Michelle Williams.
you know, so as long
I
as
love it.
you
I
know,
love it.
so now it's
Um,
approval.
but I'm totally in agreement with you there. A lot of times people are wanting others to give them approval and validation and permission, and the okay to make a move, the okay to do whatever that thing is that they want to do. And I'm just like, why are you seeking permission from somebody who would never give it to you? Right? A lot of times people are not going to give you permission to go further than them.
Right.
People are not going to give you permission to be successful when they're still trying to be successful too.
Right.
So it really is about being in that right circle who will encourage you and will motivate you when others around you won't do that. Other than, society is not going to let you win just
Yeah.
to let you win. You have to make sure that you are stepping one in alignment, and then boldly doing that thing, right?
Right.
Boldly doing it without worrying about what they're gonna think.
Yeah.
Um, there's this thing there's this saying that opinions about opinions. But
Right.
before I say that and get myself kicked off air, let's read what Gregory has to say. um, Oh, this is a good one. Do you think women play small more than men? Could you discuss how gender impacts playing small? Is playing small nature or nurture? Oh gosh, Gregory. Like you should be on here tonight, Gregory. This is a question for you. Okay. Don't come on here asking us these questions. We having transparent conversations about our own lives, okay, Gregory? Let me
Uh,
what you think, Ivory? Do you think women play small more than men?
I don't. I don't think. Okay. Okay. So I don't think we play it small more than men. I think, but I this. I don't know if I should say this. I
Say it,
think.
Ivory. I
I
bet
think
you
we
won't.
play smarter than men. I don't think we play it smaller than men. Um, um, I think we play more, maybe
Say it, Ivory. Just say it, girl. Just say it.
strategic. We play more strategic than men. But I guess it depends on what it is. They may play it more, maybe bigger, maybe more financially bigger. Sometimes, you know, um, I guess. But I think we may play more. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm. I guess it depends on what it is. Let me
Well, for me, I'm gonna say I do think
see.
women play small.
Huh?
I think women play small in certain situations than men do, right?
Give me an example. Give me an
When it
example.
comes when it comes to career, right? A
Okay.
man is gonna sit here, he's gonna put in for a promotion before a woman will, even though he's not fully qualified. He'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna let them tell me I'm not qualified enough. But a woman, I think so. I've seen it. I've seen it. Women will not put themselves in the hat. I mean, maybe times have changed. But from what I've seen in my career, a
Mhm.
lot of women were playing. I was encouraging women, girl, put in for the promotion. Let me help you with your resume so you can get this raise. Okay, let me help you. But a lot of women were not interested in, going for it and doing the things. And I will say that when it comes to faith, like I see a lot of more women playing big in their faith, even though I still question some of that, because some women are putting on and saying, hey, I got this big faith and I'm
Mhm.
going to do this and I'm going to do that. Y'all should join me in this and join me in that. But really and truly behind closed doors, they are questioning everything that is that they have going on. And I'm just like, but you just told these people, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? This what you're doing. So you got to exude that faith at all times. I think women do play small in certain areas.
I think it plays small in certain areas, but I think a lot of times, um, women. I think a lot of times the women will push their men to play it bigger. They will encourage their men and to push. If men are playing it bigger, I think the women are pushing them to play it bigger. I don't know. I don't see men just going out there and playing it big on their own. I don't know. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
may not play it big on their own in all instances, but I do think that from what I've seen, I'm not going to say that it's still that way, because again, we have a different generation that has arisen at this point, right? We're bolder, and a lot of us are asking for what it is that we want, which
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing. But based on just my experiences and seeing how women were, they were not. They were really playing themselves small when it comes to their businesses, their careers, and that's the two places where I excel, where I have really met a lot of women in those two areas, in business as well as careers, and a lot of them were playing themselves smaller. I mean, I have taken a lot of time in why won't you make a move? Like, I'm trying to question what is the problem.
So do you think that a lot of times, okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Do you think a lot of times like women are playing it smaller because they may be like the sole provider, and then they have, the family that they're taking care of, so they don't want to play it bigger because they're afraid of losing the financial aspect of it because they have to take care of their family and things like that.
Well, it could be that. It could. I mean, there's definitely a fear when it comes to no longer playing small. There's definitely a lot of fears that come with that, like the fear of success, the
Mhm.
fear of rejection. What happens if this don't work out for me? And if I am the sole provider and everybody's relying on me, or I am the head of something, then what happens if it don't work out, right? So there's a lot of uncertainty that can
Mhm.
come from that, a lot of fear that can come from that. But when it comes to making a move, again, it requires you to be in the right circle, and that's even within your house, right?
Mhm.
I think it's within your house. Now, I ain't the coach on here for this, Gregory. I don't know
Right.
why you did this, but I'm but I will say that even within your home, it's a team,
Mhm.
right? You have to be in that right circle, and that circle in your house, if it's not operating like a well-oiled machine,
Right.
nobody's gonna be playing big at all. Everybody's gonna be playing small in some kind of way. But I do think that there are a number of ways that women will play small.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of ways that women will no longer play small. Playing small, depending on the circle that you're in, sometimes because of that hierarchy that you're in. Exactly, right circle and environment to grow. Exactly what Carly. I was just getting ready to hit on this. A
Right.
lot of times with the circles that you're in, they don't want you to outshine the quote unquote leader, right? And so they'll play themselves down so that they're not getting all the attention from the one that everybody feels should be getting the attention. I'm only telling you what I know, okay? What I've seen. And there's a lot of instances where I have seen women play themselves down to fit in and to be a part of something that they think is real, which really is not real. So in my instances, I have seen a lot of women play small in a lot of instances, more than men in some areas. And then I believe that men can also play small, but I can't speak on men and what they do.
Mhm.
Um, but that's just my thoughts on that. He asks, how could you discuss how gender impacts playing small? I can't tell you how gender impacts playing small, Gregory. But what I can say is, as women, as Ivory said, if we have like these responsibilities, right? These roles and responsibilities that we have and that we've been assigned, or we stepped into these roles and responsibilities. A lot of times that fear of, is it going to work out? That fear of, will I mess everything up if I make this big bold move and it causes a ruckus for everything that I'm assigned and all of my responsibilities. So that's the answer, Greg. It probably ain't the answer you looking for.
I mean,
Okay.
also like even in a unit, even in a family unit, like, what if the wife outshines the husband? How's he gonna feel? You know, or vice versa. How are they gonna
Right.
that in that unit? You know,
Right.
is
Well,
it
well, that's true. That
huh?
is true.
That is
Um, I believe that you have to have that communication at home, to have that circle at home turning at a good pace without all the squeaks that comes from that wheel that needs to be oiled. Okay.
that's
um,
a good question, Gregory.
right. Good question. Great question, Gregory. Gregory, you should be here tonight. Okay.
Hello?
Um, all right, Mr. Dane. Mr. Dane has chimed in and says, we as men have to be comfortable in elevating our women to not feel like they are playing small. Grow up, gents. There is power in you, is all I'm saying.
I just
Grown, grow up. But that is so true. That is true. Having that support from our male counterparts, I think is very, very important when it comes to women being able to step up and stop playing small. Like, you mentioned, in a relationship, women sometimes won't go to the next level, and having that male counterpart that say, you know what, you got this and I got your back, right? What is it that you need me to do? How can I encourage you? How can I be there for you? A lot of times that's really one of the greatest things that men can do for women when it comes to them no longer playing small. What
Yeah.
do you think about that?
I mean, it's so beautiful. Like when we get that support, from our partner, it's this, we don't need a whole lot, but we just need just some encouragement, some motivation. Like, babe,
Right.
got you. I got you. Like whatever you need, I got you. And that's all we need. That's all we need sometimes.
That's
Um,
it.
that's it. Like, I always hear, y'all so hard to please. No, we just need we need that encouraging, that push. And that's it. That's all we
And
need.
the consistency with it.
Yes.
Don't not support me because you mad about something. Don't do that.
What you mad is I'm playing it big.
Exactly. But so when it comes to I can't succeed without approval, again, even at home, in your home, if you're in a relationship, right? Sometimes we won't make that move. Like you said, Ivory, men need that push from their women sometimes. And women definitely need that push from their men as well. To succeed, to knowing that I got your back. So even if it don't work out, I got your back. And I can raise my hand to all of that, okay? Because if you know me, let me put her name up here on the screen. That's one of them, okay? Here's another one whose name is on the screen. That's another one, okay? These two know that over the years, I have done a number of things. I have gotten involved in a number of things. At one point, when I first went full-time entrepreneur, when I tell you I was overbooked in every way that I could think of, this one right here said, you might want to cut back a little bit, huh? What you mean cut back? I can do all of this. I got this. I got this. And so it was, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this for one? But then I had my husband who was just like, well, you might want to cut back a little bit. I was like, I understand. But at the same time, he supported in all of the wild and crazy things that I was doing. He actually supported. He would question, some things that I decided to do. Like, you sure that's what you want to do? I was like, absolutely. I got this. But I will say that having some support, from your mate to say, okay, I got you. Okay, well, have you thought about it this way or have you thought about it that way? So having that listening ear, but also almost like a sounding board, works, especially if you're looking for that approval, if you will, from your mate, from your spouse, from your significant other. But a lot of times people feeling that they can't succeed without approval is just looking for that validation, like you said, Ivory, is looking for the validation. Sometimes it makes us hesitant to move. And then we start questioning every move that we make because we haven't gotten that approval, which turns back into the self-doubt that we talked about last night. Self-doubt, negative self-talk, because we don't feel that we're actually going to be able to accomplish the goal that we're wanting to do. Oh, right, Mr. Dane. That's right, Mr. Dane. So only approval you look for. Absolutely.
And you got to be okay to move forward even if you don't get approval. Like,
right.
You have to be okay to move forward, because everybody's not going to be okay with it. Everybody's going to question it, like, you sure you want to do that? Or they're going to, even if you're stuck on this ideal, whatever you got downloaded, if you're stuck on it and no one is rocking with it, no one's agreeing with it, you have to be okay with it and still press forward, without confirmation, without approval, without without everybody being excited about it. If that is your dream or whatever it is, press forward. Press forward. If it's in your gut and you're excited about it, and that's what moves you, and you can't sleep at night, and that's what it is, then that's what it is. That's what you need to do, and be okay with it. Everybody not agreeing to it. I mean,
be okay with it. That's the key right there. Be okay with everybody not agreeing. I love that. That becomes another issue. A lot of people don't know how to be okay. Because they want that approval so bad, so bad. So I love that you say that, but I want us to talk about how do we begin to get ourselves into the circle, or get ourselves into a supportive, I don't even want to call it a circle, the supportive network. Supportive network that allows us to succeed. How do we begin to remove ourselves from the desire or the need for approval from people who are really not going to give it to us, to now being in a supportive network that allows us to fully succeed and succeed without stress, but succeed in a way that we're all helping each other, right? Helping each other to grow, helping each other to climb that ladder, whatever that ladder is for them. How do we do that? What does that look like
So
for you?
I know with me, I had to first find out what the vision of myself was. Like I had to find out what I wanted to do, because I myself, I didn't know. Like I had so many ideas. I had to find out who I was myself, you know, to get to know myself. So that in itself, I had to spend alone time with myself, right?
Right.
So just to find out who I was. Um, and once I started to realize who I was, I just started to just join this different groups, going to different networking events, just going to all of them at first. Just if I like this, I was going to this networking group, going to this networking group. All right, I didn't like this one, so I won't go on back to this one. Maybe meet a few people in this one. They invited me to this networking group, so I was going to different networking groups, and then I actually created my own networking group. So I started to create my own networking group, and then still was going to different networking groups just to. Now all of them didn't work out, but some of them did. And
Right.
then the networking group that I created, they started coming to me. So you're just gonna have to just go to a lot of them just to figure out your niche, what like-minded people in those networking groups, and then you can start your own networking group. I mean, I know when I started
Absolutely.
that networking group, I had like maybe 3 people that showed up to mine, but it was still 3 connections that
Right.
made. So I mean, it's not going to be all a success, but you're still trying to find like-minded people. You're still trying to grow, your network and your people, your tribe. So
Absolutely.
that's
I love it. And that's really what it's all about, helping each other grow, helping each other thrive, in whatever that goal is that we're seeking to accomplish. And something Mr. Dane said, he says, listen, if I can be frank, y'all, hold on. Like, listen, y'all better get ready for this, and okay? He said, if I can be frank, this is a perfect example of that. This conversation, this audience, the Mogul TV Global family, you better speak, Mr. Dane, okay? Dr. Dane is in the building. Listen, that is so true, Mr. Dunn. You actually hit on exactly where I wanted to go, because a lot of times we hear, if you can't find a seat at the table, go create your own table, right? And you're creating your own table because you can't find that community or that group or that tribe or that circle that actually helps you, that actually wants you to succeed, that actually wants to see you happy and wants you at the table, right? And a lot of times when you have these circles and you have these opportunities to join, to be a part of something, they don't want you to lead anything. They just want you to stay in the background and watch them do their thing, support them as they do their thing. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not what this is about. Everybody deserves to be a leader. If you want people to come join your table and stay at your table, then you help them elevate to whatever it is that they want to do, and you allow everybody an opportunity to lead. Hello.
Mhm.
Hello. That's exactly what I wanted to create with the Mogul TV Global family, Dr. Dime. Okay. Absolutely. An opportunity for everybody to be the leader, an opportunity for everybody to succeed towards the goals that they wanted to achieve and that they have for their lives. As I said, I'm a helper. Okay. I love to help. I love to help people, I love to help people see their vision through. I love to see it when it all happens. I just like to be in the background and just watching it happen. Seriously, I do. Do I like to talk? Absolutely. I'm talking right now. Okay. I love to talk, but it has to be something that is worth talking about. Okay. If we can laugh and talk all day long, but you can't get me on a call just to talk about nothing. Like, we're not going to do that. We're always going to laugh and talk, but we're going to mix some stuff in there that we're elevating and we're growing during that conversation in some kind of way. And so if you cannot find a table to sit at, if you try to build your own table and it hasn't, ain't nobody else sitting there with you, it's okay. Stay steady. Like Ivory said, when she did her first one, it was only like 3 people, and she continued to do it. Right here, we are here with Mogul TV Global. When we first started, we had, you know, 3 shows. Alicia, is that what we had? We had 3 shows, I believe it was, and then it began to grow because we stayed consistent. We stayed consistent, but we stayed consistent with our mission first. We were mission first, the positive mission first, and so you have to find a. For me, you know, I believe that finding a network has to match the vision that you have for your life. Like, you need to understand what it is that you're looking for first before you just going somewhere and then going here and going there, because you're going to morph into whatever that group decides that you're going to be, right? But absolutely, Mr. Dank, look at us now. Hey. So with that, it's all about knowing who you are and what your goals are, and finding a community that's in alignment with what it is that you want for your life, what it is that you see, and the vision that you have for, you know, your life, and how that's going to come, how is that going to happen. So um, having really good relationships is a good part of having a supportive network for your success. But also learning how to let go of some things, let go of some people, calling the PPPs, the people, places, and possessions. Let go of some of that stuff so that you can begin to move forward. You can begin to elevate, because once you start releasing and relieving yourself of all the stuff that you're trying to carry and all the people you're trying to lift up, you began to elevate higher, because now you're focusing more on you and what you're supposed to be doing and how you're going to be doing that. So, Ivory, for you, when it came time for you building and joining and creating your network, can you share with us, within your own network that you created, how do you keep your network engaged? How do you keep them wanting to be in the community with you?
One, I'm transparent. Um, I I am very transparent because I don't want them to look at me as if, oh, I can just tell them these things, but I'm not living these things.
Right.
I want them to know that I go through I go through things just like I'm human. I go through things just like them, but it's how I get through these things. They can come through me. They can come to me and, hey, I'm having X, Y, and Z issues, and I'm still able to come up on top. Is how it's my mindset and how
Right.
I always say grow through. I don't ever say I'm going through nothing. I'm always saying I'm growing through things because things are happen for a reason, and I'm
Right.
always learning. So that's how I build my network. Also, I'm engaging with them every single every single day. I'm laughing if I'm on social media. I'm laughing with them. Um, we're having a meetup in October. We're going to Cancun. So I'm out in the public with them. So I'm just engaging with them every day, through social media.
I
So
love it.
yeah, that's
I love that. And that's a key element to actually having a successful network, because again, they're relying on the leader to show them the culture of that community. And you're showing them that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be authentic, it's okay to be transparent, because that is who we are as human beings. That's I love it. I absolutely love it. So listen, if you have a community and you're looking for ways to better engage your community, Ivory just gave you the whole game plan right there. Be you.
be you.
Be you. Right?
Listen, I can't be nobody else but me. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to be nobody else. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
It's hard. It's stressful being me sometimes. I don't want to be nobody else but me.
Right. I love it. I love it. So listen, for all of you who have tuned in and been a part of our conversation this evening, I appreciate y'all for being here. Carlika, Alicia, Mr. Dame, call him Dr. Dame is in the building. I appreciate you, Gregory. I appreciate you all for being here and engaging with us this evening. As we've had the conversation on Stop Playing Small, this summit that's all about helping you to shift your mindset from I can't to I really can. And based on something you just said, Aubrey, last night Gregory made a comment. He says it's I win or I learn. I'm
Mhm.
winning or I'm learning. So I love that you said that, you're growing through things, because even when you're not successful in that thing, you have learned something from that experience and something from that journey. So I absolutely love that. So first of all, I want you all to go and connect with Ivory Claire on social. Ivory underscore Claire. Absolutely connect with her. Um, and then also let us know what has been one thing, that a limiting belief that you may have dealt with. Let us know in the comments. We're getting ready to be wrapping up here shortly, but we would love to see in the comments, what is one limiting belief that you may have had to deal with in the past. It may not be something that you're dealing with right now. You may have learned how to overcome it and be greater from it. But what is something that you've had to, a limiting belief that you've had to overcome in your life? Whether that was, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, others are better than me, others are more qualified, I shouldn't be receiving this, right? The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of success. Something last night Gregory said was the fear of healing. There is a lot of limiting beliefs out here when it comes to actually moving forward. So again, I thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you all for being a part of this conversation. Listen, this is just a start. We're going to actually be doing the Stop Playing Small Summit on a monthly basis. Y'all ain't know that, did y'all? But yes, we're going to be back here every single month. One day each month, we're going to be doing the Stop Playing Small Summit, because again, my goal in 2024 is to help everybody that I have an opportunity to meet and engage with to stop playing themselves small. Stop downplaying yourself. Stop downplaying your skills, your talents, your gifts, and the favor of God upon your life, right? Stop downplaying all of that. We all have something amazing, something beautiful to offer the world, and we should take it upon ourselves to offer it, right? So, Ivory, what are your closing thoughts when it comes to stop playing small? Please tell these folks something when it comes to stop playing small.
I just want to let y'all know that everybody has something amazing on the inside of you. Something amazing on the inside of you, something that you just been holding deep down that you want to get out. This is the time. This is the time to stop playing it small. This is the time to just let it out. Let it out. You already know what you want to do. This is your, if y'all needed validation, if y'all needed confirmation, if whatever y'all needed, this is it. This is it. From me to you. Stop playing it small. This is it. Okay? This is it right here. Stop playing it small.
I love it. Hold on, before we got Shalonda. Shalonda, it's okay. Catch the replay and get ready to catch us every single month. Matter of fact, connect with us. I don't know if you connected with Ivory or not. If you're not, connect with both of us. We would love to have a conversation with you too, right? Definitely having conversations with everybody. We had Gregory on last night with Alicia and I. That it was a really, really good conversation. So make sure you connect with us so we can actually invite you to join us in the conversation. So, look, I keep calling Dr. Dane. That's my fear, claiming that the time is mine right now. Absolutely. The time is yours right now. Okay. Absolutely. So I want to say thank you all again. Thank you all for joining the Stop Playing Small Summit. I'm Tameka Chapman. Again, I created this summit because I wanted to help men and women, break free from what is holding them back. The mental, the spiritual, the actual physical things that could be holding you back and keeping you stuck and stagnant in your ways, stuck and stagnant in disbelief that you can actually have something good happen for you, right? Allowing you to understand that if you just take a step forward, that's a step forward towards your goals, that you don't have to take it again, right? Just keep taking that one step forward. Keep going. Keep doing the things that's going to allow you to be successful. I made a post the other day and it said consistent actions, no matter how small or great, will always get you closer to your goal. Consistent actions, but not just actions, the right actions, because a lot of times we can do some stuff and do it over and over and it's getting us further and further away from our goals. However, taking the right actions on a consistent basis, it doesn't have to be a big, gigantic, huge leap. It can be, small steps, and that's okay. But as long as you are consistent with doing the right things, you're going to get closer to your goal than you realize. And it's going to happen a whole lot faster. But something that can make it go even faster is being in the right circles. Okay. Be in the right circle, singular circle. Okay. You don't need to be in a lot of them. Be in the right one, because the right one is going to elevate you. The right one is going to speak your name at all times. The right one is going to push you. The right one is going to elevate you. The right one is going to think about the vision that you told them that you had, even when you're not speaking, and come up with some ideas like, hey, you said this, okay? And I'm speaking because I know me, okay?
Hold you accountable.
Right? And yes, those right circles will hold you accountable for the things that you said that you wanted to accomplish and do in your life. So again, I thank you all for being a part of the Stop Playing Small Summit. And hopefully, as you come on, do the replay, do hashtag replay. Let us know that you caught the replay. But also share this with your community. Share this within your communities, within your networks. Let everyone be a part of the Stop Playing Small Summit, and tell them hashtag Stop Playing Small. Okay, hashtag Stop Playing Small. So at the last thing I want to do is I want to introduce you all, and I want to invite you all to the Make Your Move Masterclass. The Make Your Move Masterclass is happening on August 27th through the 29th next week, Tuesday through Thursdays, 1 hour each day. Is absolutely free. Absolutely free. There is a VIP option, and all of that is tax deductible because all funds will be donated to the Energizer Village for Girls nonprofit. So the Make Your Move Masterclass is all about helping you to start with a keep a mindset of I can, and I'm going to, and I will, and I did it. Okay. That's the mindset that you're going to be in, but also it's going to help you create that bold move. Whatever that bold move is that you're looking for, we're going to work on whatever that bold move is, but also give you some easy to implement steps to actually achieving it. That is my goal over those 3 days, to actually help you to achieve those goals that you're looking to achieve. I don't believe that it should take you 6 months. I mean, most goals can be accomplished within a small time frame. And so my goal is to help you learn how to strategically think about doing actions that's going to help you accomplish those goals faster. But then the last thing that you'll actually have from the Make Your Move Masterclass is an accountability community of women who wants to see you succeed, who want to make sure that you're happy, healthy, and whole, and doing all the things that, all the visions and all the goals that you want to achieve. They're going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable. And so I'm inviting you to be a part of my Energize Her Mornings community. It's an online community for driven, ambitious women who want to succeed. And we're not holding back. We're not playing small, y'all. We are not playing small. So again, the Stop Playing Small Summit is all about helping you no longer play small. So I'm inviting you all to join us in the Make Your Move Masterclass. You can visit bit.ly/make your move 2024. But I'll put the link. If you connect with me on social, you'll have the link there on my social. But again, thank you all for tuning in and being a part of the Stop Playing Small Summit. This has been amazing. Thank you, Ivori, for joining me tonight. Welcome back to the States, man. Okay. So thank you. I'm sorry. If you all visit my website, TamekaChapman.com, you'll actually get to log on and click on the link to register for the free masterclass, Make Your Move Masterclass. All right, you all have a good evening. Have a great evening.
Make your move. Let the world know. Don't hold back. Let your true self show.